A chance encounter. The cafe buzzed with the sound of clinking cups and soft conversations, a warm refuge from the chilly autumn air outside. Anna sat in her usual corner, her favorite spot by the window, sipping a latte while flipping through the pages of a novel. It was her little sanctuary, a place where she could escape the mundanity of her everyday life. She loved the comfort of routine, but lately, a dull ache had settled in her chest. Life with Mark had become predictable, the spark that had once ignited their relationship fading into the background noise of daily responsibilities. Between work, chores, and endless errands, there was little time left for romance. As Anna turned another page, she noticed a man sitting at the table across from her. He was engrossed in his laptop, a dark-haired stranger with an intensity about him that drew her attention. There was something captivating in the way he tapped away at the keyboard, occasionally glancing around the cafe as if searching for inspiration. For a fleeting moment, their eyes met, and Anna felt a rush of excitement. She quickly looked away, heart racing at the unexpected connection. What was she thinking? She was married, after all. But the truth was, she felt invisible in her own life, and the brief moment had ignited a spark she hadn't realized she was missing. As the minutes passed, Anna found herself stealing glances at the man. He had an air of confidence, and his smile, although brief, lit up his face in a way that made her feel alive. She couldn't help but wonder who he was, what stories he held behind those deep-set eyes. Just then, her phone buzzed on the table, breaking her reverie. It was a message from Mark. "Hey! Just finished a meeting. Want to grab dinner later?" Anna hesitated. The thought of another predictable dinner weighed heavily on her. She quickly replied, "Sure. Sounds good." But her attention was pulled back to the stranger as he stood up, packing his laptop away. Just before he left, he turned in her direction and smiled, a genuine, warm smile that sent a thrill through her. In a moment of courage, Anna stood up, her heart racing. "Excuse me," she called out, her voice slightly louder than she intended. The man paused, looking back at her, curiosity flickering in his eyes. "Yes? I'm sorry to interrupt, but I noticed you were working really hard. Are you a writer?" she asked, surprised by her own boldness. He chuckled softly, running a hand through his hair. "Something like that. I'm actually working on a screenplay. But I'm taking a break from it all. What about you? What brings you here?" "Just a little escape from reality," Anna admitted, her cheeks flushing slightly. "I come here often to read and recharge." Their conversation flowed effortlessly, like two long-lost friends reconnecting. The stranger introduced himself as Alex, and they quickly found common ground in their love for literature and film. Anna felt a rush of excitement with every shared laugh, every story exchanged. But as the minutes ticked by, she glanced at her phone again and realized how late it was getting. Panic set in as she thought of Mark waiting for her. She felt torn, caught between the thrill of this unexpected connection and her loyalty to her husband. "I really should go," Anna said, her heart heavy. "I'm meeting my husband for dinner." "Of course," Alex replied, a hint of disappointment in his voice. "But I really enjoyed talking to you. It was nice to meet someone who understands the struggle of creativity." "Me too," Anna said, her voice tinged with regret. She could feel the pull of what could be, the unspoken possibilities hanging in the air. As they exchanged quick goodbyes, Anna felt a strange mix of exhilaration and sadness. She walked out of the cafe, the crisp autumn air hitting her like a wave, and she knew this encounter would linger in her mind long after she returned home. The spark that had ignited in that cafe was a reminder of the passion she had been missing in her life. When she arrived home, Mark greeted her with a smile, a plate of dinner waiting on the table. They settled in, sharing small talk, but Anna's mind was elsewhere. The laughter and connection she had experienced with Alex felt like a distant dream, but it stirred something inside her that she couldn't ignore. As they ate, Mark brought up plans for the weekend, his voice warm and inviting. But all Anna could think about was the stranger, the fleeting moment that had made her feel seen. Would she allow herself to explore this new feeling, or would she bury it deep down, returning to the comfortable routine that had become her life? The choice weighed heavily on her mind. The next few days were a whirlwind of emotions for Anna. She found herself distracted at work, her mind drifting back to that brief encounter with Alex. It was as if he had opened a door to a world she had forgotten existed, a world filled with excitement and possibility. The warmth of his smile and the ease of their conversation replayed in her mind, like a favorite song stuck on repeat. Mark, ever attentive, noticed her distraction. "Are you okay?" he asked one evening as they sat together on the couch. "You've been a bit quiet lately." "Yeah, I'm fine," she replied, forcing a smile. "Just a lot on my mind." He nodded, but she could see the concern in his eyes. "If something's bothering you, you can talk to me. You know that, right?" "I know," she said, her heart aching with guilt. She wanted to confide in him, to tell him how she felt, but the words were trapped in her throat. Instead, she pushed her feelings aside and suggested they go out for dinner that weekend. "How about we try that new Italian place?" Mark's face lit up. "That sounds great. I'll make a reservation." As the week continued, Anna found herself caught in a tug-of-war between her mundane life and the thrill of the unexpected. She missed the excitement of that encounter with Alex but was also grateful for the stability Mark provided. She reminded herself of the love they had shared, the dreams they had built together. Yet, the pull toward Alex lingered. One evening, as she scrolled through her social media, she found herself wondering if he had any presence online. She hesitated but finally typed his name into the search bar, her heart racing. A few clicks later, she found a profile that matched his description, photos of him with friends, smiling at art exhibitions, and candid shots that exuded a creative spirit. Her curiosity piqued. Anna scrolled through his posts, feeling both drawn to and repelled by what she found. She saw images of his screenplays being performed, notes about his creative process, and the occasional quote about seizing the day. Each post reminded her of the connection they had shared, a glimpse into the life of someone who seemed so different from her own. As the weekend approached, Anna felt a mix of anticipation and dread. She had agreed to dinner with Mark, but the thought of Alex lingered like a haunting melody. When the night finally arrived, they dressed up and headed to the restaurant. The ambience was warm and inviting, filled with laughter and clinking glasses. Over pasta and wine, Mark was his charming self, recounting stories from work and sharing plans for their future. But Anna found it difficult to concentrate, her mind drifting to thoughts of Alex and the excitement that had sparked in her life just a week before. As Mark talked about their upcoming vacation, she felt the weight of her choices pressing down on her. "Anna, are you even listening?" Mark asked, a playful smile on his lips. "Sorry, I was just thinking about the trip," she lied, forcing a smile. "Can't wait. It'll be great to escape and just relax together," he said, his eyes filled with hope. But as they left the restaurant and walked hand in hand, Anna felt a growing tension within her. The warmth of Mark's hand in hers was comforting, yet the thrill of her encounter with Alex still lingered, an unanswered question echoing in her mind. That night, as they lay in bed, Mark fell asleep quickly, but Anna found herself wide awake, staring at the ceiling. The weight of her indecision pressed heavily on her chest. She wanted to feel that spark again, but at what cost? Could she risk everything she had built with Mark for a moment of excitement? In the stillness of the night, Anna made a decision. She would reach out to Alex one last time, not to pursue anything, but to find closure and clarity. She needed to understand why that encounter had affected her so deeply and whether it was merely a fleeting moment, or something more significant. Taking a deep breath, she picked up her phone and hesitated for a moment before typing a message. "Hey Alex, it's Anna from the cafe. I hope you're doing well." Her heart raced as she hit send. Would he remember her? Would he want to continue their conversation, or was she just opening a door best left closed? The uncertainty lingered in the air, mixing with her growing anticipation. As she put her phone down, she felt both nervous and exhilarated, unsure of what the next chapter would hold. The next morning, Anna woke up with a mix of excitement and dread. She had sent the message to Alex, but now she couldn't shake the feeling of uncertainty that washed over her. As she got ready for work, her mind kept drifting back to their conversation and the undeniable chemistry they had shared. Just as she was about to head out, her phone buzzed with a notification. Her heart leaped into her throat as she grabbed it, praying it was from Alex. And it was. "Hey Anna! Of course, I remember you. It was great talking to you. How have you been? A rush of warmth flooded through her, but it was quickly followed by guilt. She knew she shouldn't be encouraging this, but the excitement of his response was intoxicating. They exchanged messages back and forth, with Alex sharing snippets of his screenplay and Anna opening up about her recent struggles with finding inspiration in her own life. The conversation flowed effortlessly, and Anna felt a sense of freedom she hadn't felt in a long time. But with each message, the weight of her choices pressed down harder. After a few hours of chatting, Alex suggested they meet up again. How about another coffee? I'd love to continue our conversation in person. Anna's heart raced at the idea, but so did her sense of self-preservation. She thought of Mark, of their life together, and the love they had built. As tempting as it was to indulge in this new connection, she knew deep down that it was a path fraught with potential consequences. I really enjoyed our chat, but I think it's best if we keep it to messages for now, she replied, hoping to set a clear boundary. Alex responded quickly, his tone shifting slightly. I get it. Just wanted to put it out there. If you change your mind, let me know. You've got a spark that's hard to forget. His words echoed in her mind, leaving her feeling both flattered and conflicted. As the day went on, Anna tried to focus on her work, but she found it difficult. The thrill of her conversation with Alex lingered like a sweet perfume, intoxicating yet dangerous. That evening, as she sat down for dinner with Mark, she felt a pang of guilt wash over her. They chatted about their day, and Mark seemed particularly cheerful, sharing plans for a weekend getaway they had discussed. But as Anna smiled and nodded, she couldn't shake the feeling that she was living a double life. Later that night, while Mark was brushing his teeth, Anna picked up her phone again, her fingers hovering over Alex's message thread. She had enjoyed their conversations, but at what cost? Did she really want to open the door to something that could jeopardize her marriage? When Mark returned to the bedroom, he wrapped his arms around her, pulling her close. What are you thinking about? He asked, his voice warm and inviting. Anna hesitated, contemplating whether to share her internal struggle. But the thought of hurting him, of shattering the trust they had built, made her stomach twist. Instead, she shook her head, forcing a smile. Just work stuff. Nothing to worry about. As she lay in bed that night, staring at the ceiling, Anna felt an overwhelming sense of clarity wash over her. The thrill of the unknown was tempting, but the love she had with Mark was real, built on years of shared experiences, laughter, and unwavering support. In the quiet of the night, she made her final decision. She would not reach out to Alex again. She would focus on rekindling the passion in her marriage, on rediscovering the love that had brought her and Mark together in the first place. The next day, Anna sent a message to Alex. Thanks for the chat. It was great catching up, but I think it's best if we don't meet. I need to focus on my life right now. She hit send and felt a weight lift from her shoulders. It was time to invest in her marriage, to breathe life back into the relationship with Mark. That evening, she surprised Mark with a candlelit dinner at home. As they ate together, Anna felt a renewed sense of purpose. She listened intently to Mark, engaging in the conversation and laughing at his jokes. The warmth of their connection filled her heart, and for the first time in a long while, she felt content. As they finished dinner, Mark took her hand, looking deeply into her eyes. I love you, you know that, right? Anna smiled, her heart swelling with affection. I love you too, Mark. Always. In that moment, she knew she had made the right choice. The excitement of a fleeting encounter had taught her the value of what she already had. And as they cuddled on the couch, Anna felt a spark reignite within her, a reminder that true passion and connection could be found in the everyday moments shared with the person who truly loved her.